I can't help it. You guys know it. You've seen my videos. You've seen how frequently I change my setup. Well, shabam! I did it again. Because I found some stuff on sale at a thrift shop for $1 and I couldn't say no. And what I found was red carbon fiber vinyl wrap. It was $1 for enough to cover that. The post inside, as well as the SSD. So yeah, it's hard to get in the right light to shine because it's not like a super, there we go. It's not a super vibrant carbon fiber print, but it's visible. And as you can see, I took the time to rub the NZXT through it. And you can also see that I've actually gone back to the all-in-one water cooler because in this case, there's really no place to water or cool this CPU. Wow, that was bad English, but I'm gonna stick with it. But as you can see, it now has a little bit more flavor and it looks good. And it's just kind of different. And that's what I always go for with my builds. I don't like them to look like everybody else's. The dual 6-pin connectors, I have those training right now. That's why it's got these extra 4-piece combs on here from the 4-pin adapter in order to train them and keep them straightish, because in the other case they were all over the place and wonkadoodle. That's my new phrase for it, wonkadoodle. But yeah, when I redid everything and moved everything onto this side, that Fractal design case was much too big. In fact, it was actually hanging over the side of the desk to stay out of my way, and I wasn't happy with it. And I wanted to go back to this case, but all the black inside of it was just too black. You know what I mean? It was just too dark. And the little bit of accents from like the radiator and the two fans just weren't enough. But I think with this setup now, the way it is, I'm happy with it. And let me just walk you through the setup. Hey, look, I even got the lights put back in it. Turn those down a little bit. That's the wrong way. That's the opposite of down. There we go. Of course, you have the EVGA GTX 980. Down in the basement, I've got an EVGA 850 BQ power supply, and I have Corsair for the radiator. It's a 240 millimeter AIO with fans on the pole side. I don't leave the filter in there because I don't have cats or that much dust, and I just have two fans exhausting the air out. Again, I do need to get myself some voltage controllers for the fans versus just the NZXT fan hub, which I took out of the H440 because they're running at full speed and I can't turn them down with that controller or that hub, and there aren't enough places on that motherboard to connect it. Still can't get that motherboard to run quite right. Half the time it'll see 16 gigs, which is installed. Half the time it only sees 8. When it goes to start, sometimes it doesn't read correctly, but that's all going to change because I just recently got my hands on, or more accurately, I just got returned to me the 4690K. A gentleman bought it and I shipped it out, and a little dab of thermal paste had gotten on the pads on the CPU, and he thought that it had bad pins and returned it. And rather than argue with him, I just said fine, send it back. I refunded his money, and I'm now going to do a build with that, and that will probably go in that case, possibly that case, but I'm also working on an i7 920 or 930 build, pardon me, which may go in there instead. But yeah, you can't even read that. I don't, can you focus, dang it. Oh well, never mind. But yeah, that's a 4690K that's going to get put into a build at some point. Other than that, not much going on. Just watching some Netflix because that's fun to do. And then tomorrow, me and a buddy are going to go and hang out at the gun range for probably a couple of hours because we haven't done that in a while. It's going to be a little bit chilly in the 40s, but as long as the wind isn't too bad, it'll be fun. So maybe we'll do some video there, because I do have to do a review on the Rock Island 1911, which I haven't done yet, which I did promise. Thumbs up if you want to see that review, and I will work on that. So yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to do a quick upload. I actually did a review on PC Building Simulator, but I haven't edited it yet because I was building that computer all day today. And again, I think it came out well. If you think it came out well, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe, become a Patreon if you'd like. Click over there for some other videos. And as always, we'll talk to you later.